do myself a proper little intro. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the stream. Hello. Glad to have you here. I've just sent a message out to some more people to be like, hello, come and maybe watch my stream, question mark. So we'll see if anybody else comes and joins. In the meantime, I'm going to play Palingrid. Let's see what I'm aiming for today, because, oh yes, as you can see I have been testing, but I haven't been testing very much. I may actually just clear myself from those, clear those test accounts, because that's a bit annoying. Please hold while I remove those. There we go. Okay, now we're back. Right. Been chatting to the leaderboard dev, who's been very lovely, and I've very much appreciated their help. Yes. There we go. Am I actually X on the leaderboard? Maybe. We shall see. Let me just refresh. I've just added a bunch of changes around accounts, so some teething problems. I think we're good. Alrighty, good. I do have a login. So, we have an X today. What a pain in the butt. I'm playing my new daily game. It should be linked from my channel, but if you would also like to play, let me put this in the chat. There we go. In case you want to play along, see if you can beat me. My mum is top of the leaderboard, as per usual. 53. I think that's the yeah, that's the top goal for today. But she managed to exceed it, which is quite rare. But let me see. Do we have any useful things here? Maybe blood detox. Get rid of that X. Oops. That's not great. It's not bad. Maybe like prime? Is that a good word? Okay, I mean it's got Ymir in there actually, I didn't think of that. So it's not awful. Okay. Not the biggest fan of this MD that's here, but it could be worse. Let me see. Is Pride better? No. That's interesting, I suppose because of the Ymir. Okay. Yep, that is basically it. You should have a how to play popping up, which should have all of the info that you'd need. But yes, in literally any direction at all. Maybe this is not a very useful thing here. Oh, bread. Not bad. Not great, not bad. My mum is absurdly good at this game because she actually came up with it, I would say probably like 40 years ago now, except a pen and paper version, obviously. And she sent it to me a few weeks back, and was like, she was sitting in like A&E or something like that, With my stepdad, he was fine, as far as I know. But yeah, she was sitting in A&E and she sent me this random thing. It was like, do you think this would be a fun game? And I thought yes, and then I tried it, and it was a fun game. I kind of knocked together like a really early prototype, very early on, and yeah, and here we are. It's definitely been a really fun ride. Misc. Didn't even mean to make Misc. It was subconscious. Okay, well, this is not the best score I've ever done. I think Detox is a bad shout. Let me try a different one. I wonder how many different words I can make with X in the middle. We do only have one D and one S, so it's not wouldn't be that great. Because I could do like taxes and oxed, maybe. But X is a really awkward one. It's not like X is the start of any words. Okay, I need to think about this a bit more deeply. Which words are palindromes? Given the name of the game, palindromes are definitely good because you get but let me see if I can find a good palindrome. Let's go with a rep or something. Yeah, so you get rep and first. There's 3 letters get you double score. Yeah, that's not in the word list. I don't think I've got brand names in the word list. I've also only got one X, unfortunately, for that. But I feel like I would need like maybe some 3-letter words or 4-letter words to start with an X to get something decent. Oh, I remember that parts was a really good word. I don't remember how many points, but it's because it's backwards, it's strap, and then you've got part and art and wrap and par and stuff. Oops. Oh my god. 15, that's not bad. Theoretically, the maximum score for a word would be 20, but I think in the word list the highest you can get to is 17, so 15 is really not bad. Okay. This is a good start. Now I need to figure out what else I'm doing. I've got a P, maybe a PR would be good. I want to put like a harp, but I don't have another A. Is there... Goodness me, my brain is melting. Like maybe something like this. Now that doesn't really use this A very well. I like PR as a start here. What else could it be? Maybe here I can put prime. That's a good idea. Well done me. Okay. We're already starting significantly better with this. Oh yes. PL is a good one. Didn't think of that. Does make this 3 a little tricky, but you can't win them all. This X is teasing me. Just seen the word decoy here. I don't think that's going to actually help me very much. So I can't put it anywhere in here. Yeah. I also don't think it would actually be that good because it doesn't have a lot of other words inside it, so never mind. Oh! Well, thanks, friends. Welcome. I'm playing a... Oh, a follow. Thank you so much. Follower goal met. 10? Amazing. Thanks, friends. I'm told that this goal will automatically level up. I don't know if I believe it. Well, you should definitely play the game. this is Palingrid. The link is in the pinned chat message, so feel free to come and compete with me. I am currently trying to beat my mum's score, who's top of the leaderboard, as per usual. In my defense, she has had literally 4 decades more practice at me than this. Amazing! If you open the leaderboard, you should be prompted to add your name. I hope. I have just added some changes to do with accounts. Fingers crossed that it works. If not, you should at least have your score preserved on your device until I fix it. Yay, great! Do you show up on my leaderboard now? You do! Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for playing. Right. Okay, so I have PL. I feel like I'm wanting like a vowel here because I don't know what else would go here. I've not got a lot to deal with. Plod, maybe. Okay. Maybe like pool. Not bad. So I might want to do something like pool over here. Can I get something here? I can get... Stipe is not a word, right? No. I need to turn this into scroller, I think. Shape. Make me sound like I'm from the north. Shape of things. Or also possibly a really bad Irish accent. So I shall not do that again. Maybe if I... Ooh, you know what? Here we go. Style, that's a word. But like... Or this! Even better. With a Y. Although then I guess I don't get tile. Let's go with this for now. What else can I do here? Did I just put dice in down there? Cool. Could beat my best score. We're about to see this shining effect a lot. This is a daily game for those playing for the first time. So it will change each day. We'll have a new set of letters to compete on. Oh, I have run out of vowels. That is annoying. I guess I won't put dice there, and I guess I won't make this style, because that does mean that I've sort of run out of things very quickly. That's interesting, and not really what I expected to happen. I think I do still want pool like this. Or maybe I do like spool here? Okay. A B. How much does spoil reduce my score? Quite a lot, which is annoying because then I could do this. Not that this has a lot in it, but... Oh no, I am about to be overtaken. Why am I struggling so much with this one today? I need something to do with these bees. Could be something in here I can do. Maybe like bird. Also add raid in there, I guess. Okay. Try. That got me a lot more points than I was expecting. I also got rye. Oh, so I did. Like a tick there, and then I can get tab and bat. This is a little bit annoying actually, this effect. Do I want that here actually? I'm rethinking this. Nope. I need to commit. This is something that I frequently do. I'll like rethink myself and then have to rearrange everything. Helix might be a good word for the future. Maybe if I put like 6 in here. And do I get more with that? None. Okay. 52. Well, that's annoying because I need a little bit more than that in order to reach today's goal of 53, let alone to be my mum's score. So what am I supposed to do? Let me just take this out and maybe rearrange things. So let's go with prime down here. And parts possible. Maybe parts across the top. I'll use my sister's strategy of making a square. But now I'm stuck. Ah. I also can't use helix, which is what I wanted to use before. Grr. Maybe if I do prime like this, then parts like this, share the R instead of the E. Okay, does that help me make helix? Not in the slightest actually. Ah. Okay, well maybe that's not the way to go. Maybe if I just put like helix over here. On the second row maybe? This is 6. What else can I put in here? If anything. Oh, I should have copied this out. This is annoying. Maybe that's not awful. There's something here in the middle. I'll go with rabbit instead. Okay. I've got no space for squiggle, which is a bit sad. I did really like that. But that's okay, I think. Is beat forward. It's only word list. Isn't. Or should be. I should add that. Mob will be done. Chop. Died maybe, or died like that. Is useful here. Chuck something else somewhere a minute ago. I don't know what it was, but it is. What was this word? Is it ism? It is. I didn't realise that ism was a word by itself. I do to improve this? I feel like this M is not doing much for me. What happens if I just really commit to using having hearts over here? Yeah, there's a lot here that I don't like. I'm going to try this again. This is very frustrating. I'm being able to get to this top thing. It doesn't normally take this long. I don't understand why I'm struggling with this so much today. Fated is an okay word. I don't know if I love it because it uses two different vowels, which I don't have a lot of at the moment. But then maybe I just need to find a word on the edge to put a B in and another word to put a D in. I had pride before, I think. What about hoard like this, and then wait, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm saying for something with a D. And then just forgot while I was writing out the word. Oh goodness. B or a B here. This is appropriate for the stream codes, or it will be. It will be in a bit. It won't. Not right now. Unless this takes me 10,000 years, but fingers crossed it won't. I feel like I could do like. Oh, I was hoping for pylon, but I don't have an N actually. Not that pylon really helps with the bees. Sanged, is that the word? No. Seeds is. But codes is significantly more strong. I'll give myself about 5 more minutes. If I don't get anywhere, then I will move on to what we're doing today, which is a bit different to what we've been doing in the past, which has been recently working on Palingrid itself. Maybe like fight, that's not a bad word. It's like a bit, I suppose. Seeing birdie here, which I don't know if it's very useful, but it's a fun word. Here. Coda. I like that. That's me. Cameo of myself in Palingrid. I don't think that chomp is actually very good as a word, now that I'm thinking about it. Maybe pride or something is better to have down here, or prime. Is that a word? No. Clever is, I think. Oh, surprisingly no. Okay. I do want to keep in here. Does this get me anything? No. P-L-E, pled. There we go. That's a word. Can I get something up here? Not really. Okay, now I need to start putting these somewhere. Abide. I'm gonna put prime over here actually. I feel like abide might be useful here. Something like this. It does put these E's over here in a way that I don't like very much. In my blank T. Nope. Malt. So, I thought that'd be like some kind of American spelling or something. Oh, it's abode, of course it is. Duh. Can't believe I didn't see that. I don't love it though because of those E's. Elite, maybe? Okay. Sheba. No, that's not a word. I wish it was. Shied, like that. I don't like shied like that, but it's not awful. It's not great though. Maybe I could do like there's something else I could put here. Maybe back to poured. Oops. No, put the two E's here together again, but I have another H. I could do child, but I do not. TH. Bomb. Definitely not a word, but fun to say. Ooh, I have an idea. Does anything change if I move this up like this? No. Okay, well, I tried. My problem with this game is that I always overthink it and I get halfway through actually making some progress and then I get distracted and reset things and go back to where I was. Alright, I'm calling time. I think I will have to settle with 1 point below my mum. But we did okay. Alright, so move this down so you can see as well. I got a message from my mum with a new word game idea. So today we're going to see if we can prototype a new word game, which is very exciting. Let's see us manage this goal. So I think I need to update it. How do I to update? Start from the goal? There we go. 20 is a random number. 25 is like a marker where you actually get a thing. Oh, whatever. I'm not going to question Twitch. Okay, so Mum's new game idea is also a word game. This one is a little bit different because it's a bit more stressful, I think. I don't know if I'm going to love it as much as I like Palingrid, but it does sound fun. So this is the message that she sent me. So it's about keeping a word alive and generating new words from like a larger word. It's called Lexivive, which I like because it's got lexicon, it's got survive, and it also sounds a little bit like let's survive. And initially, when I'm prototyping, I'm just going to follow this. We'll have 60 seconds timer, and then every 10 seconds a new rule appears. It's all of this stuff. So I think the first time we'll just make it with these rules. So for the first 10 seconds you've just got make as many words as possible, then each word must be longer than the previous one, then words must contain at least 4 letters, a letter disappears, can't use an E, and another letter disappears. Sounds stressful, but I think it'll be fun. So I think that I will start with just sort of making a desktop, I guess, rather than mobile version of this. But if it turns out that this is fun, I reckon that I've got a good chance of this. Like I can take a lot of this stuff that I've done with Palingrid and sort of move it into something else. Something that's just come up, so I'm just quickly removing that. 1 second. How do I disable that notification coming up? That was actually really annoying. There we go. Okay. Right. So I'm going to start a new Godot project, and I've already sort of been typed in all the details that I need. Right. I might actually clone some of... Do I want to do that? No, I don't think I do. I'm going to just actually start from scratch and we'll see what happens. I'll start a user interface when I build all of my games in user interface mode. At least all of the ones like this, because they are functionally just user interface. Let's just change some settings here in the editor. Do I want to change anything here? External. I like to use my external IDE, which is to say, it's off, but that's okay, I can still use it. Which is to say, I use something else to code in, rather than the inbuilt Godot thing. I will use it to do some debugging, but I probably won't use it to do anything else. Let's call this game. I'm going to save this scene, and I'm just going to call it game, but I'm going to make a new folder called scenes first. Okay, game, nice and easy. And what do we want? So we need a word at the top that is the life word. So let's make a container, ebox container, and it's going to take up the whole screen. I'm going to anchor it to full rect. And then in that, I'm going to add, let's just say a label for now, and it's going to contain the, let's use elephant for now, because that was the example Mum used. Let's put this in the middle, actually. Then we're going to have, let's put a line edit, I think, yes. I'm going to rename this to text entry, or text entry, something like that. Maybe game text entry, because it might be context to put in text somewhere else. Life word label. Then we also need some rules. I reckon we put the rules under the label. So there's going to be a few of them, so I'm going to put another container actually. I'll rename this to a can. Oops. Rules ebox container, and then let's add, I don't know, let's have a label here and what we're going to call this. Let's call this, what was the first rule? This one was just like, make any words. This one, I'm going to up the size a little bit. Quite a lot. There we go. And game text entry, let's also up the size a little bit. Not quite as much, let's go to like 24 or something. Make this in the center. is this set to expand? Shrink center. There we go. You also should probably shrink to the center. There we go. Okay, so rule label. Then we also need a timer. I think I don't want to put the timer in this box, actually. Maybe I shouldn't put this at the center. Let's put this at the beginning. Yep, and that's at the top. We're going to put the rules here. I'll actually make this. Oops, and this. Right, but then I will change it back to customs because I actually don't want this to be completely filling the thing because it will look a bit cramped and it'll be hard to see properly. So let's make it 30, 30, 30 to just like inset it 30 from all the directions. Yeah, and then okay, this rule label we're going to, if branch is seen, we're going to call it rule info maybe. That's saved here. And oh wait, change my stream content. I am in the software and game development category now. Ooh, there we go. I also need to change the title because I'm not working on my new daily game Palingrid. Let's update what I'm doing over here as well. There we go. Back to prototyping. So I am going to grab this. I'm going to say load as placeholder so we can make a bunch of copies of it at one time. But it means we don't have to remove it from here. So let's say I'll have this in here as well, and I will align to center for these. What's that say? Keep editing on text, isn't it? Yes. Expand text length. We don't need to do that, it's already big enough. Don't need context menu, don't need emojis. What does this mean? Backspace deletes. Sure, I guess. Clear button enabled. Yep, let's do that. Sure, I guess. Selecting mode, yep, that's fine. Deselecting focus loss. Sure. Drag and drop. Okay, that's fine. Flat. No, I won't do that. Placeholder text. Sure, let's add a placeholder text and here, I guess for now that'll do. Right, and then we need a timer. So let's say I'm actually going to reparent this to an HBox container, maybe. Maybe just a panel container actually. And I'm going to say this, I'm going to call this the header container. this. Sure, this can be filling out the whole thing, I guess. Yeah. And then I will also add a label that will be the timer label. And you're going to go to the end. And end. There we go. I'm also going to need to increase that size because that's a pretty important part of the game. Oops. Otherwise, I'm not going to notice. Well, actually, I should probably start that at 60 just for my own brain's sake. 60.00 seconds. A bit bigger, not huge, but bigger. There you go. I'm just going to make this bowl maybe. You know what? No. Okay. Right, now I need to just establish a code, so I'm going to make a new folder. We're going to call it scripts. And in the scripts folder, we're going to create. Oh, I was doing that thing again. That's okay. I will make a new script like this. I shall put it in the scripts folder. And we call it game. I want to call it game with a capital G. And I don't want to open it in that. Let's save. I want to open it in Rider. Give me a moment while I open this up. Here, so this is a little bit better when I open this. It is loading. There we go. Great. Also, I'm just going to add a couple of things to the ignore list so I don't have to think about them. This works for me. Cool. I haven't set up my version control. I will probably do that more later today. Just going to quick drink. Okay. Let's open up this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do class name game extends control, because then we can refer to the game class in other places with proper autocomplete. And I think we're just going to do enter tree. So when this node enters the scene tree, so when this node is begins to be added to the game when it's loaded right at the start, we're going to do a few things, but for now I'm going to make this empty because we need to start referencing some other stuff. So we need the life word label, which is a type of label. We need the player text entry, which is a type of line edit. We need the rules contain the rule placeholder, which for now I'm going to call node. I will change that later probably. Can you hear that seagull outside? That was really loud. I do not live anywhere near this scene. What else are we going to call this? We're going to call this. There it is. Oh, we need the timer as well. Okay, I think that's all for the moment. Timer label. Also a label. Okay, so first thing that we should probably do is when the node is ready, which is different to when it's entered the tree. When it is ready means when all its children are also loaded in and set themselves up. We want to make a timer, but like timer is its own thing. It actually does some timing. Can I actually add one to the scene tree automatically? That's a good question. Let's find out. We can. So I'm going to add this as the countdown timer. Sure. Auto start? No, not really. Yes, I want it to be a one shot. What is wait time? Is that the time? Started at 60. Cool. So actually, we need to export this as well. Put a gap here for readability purposes. Okay. Let's hit pass on this, and then function on process. Process being something that happens every frame. Timer label dot text equals timer dot. How much time do we have remaining? Time left. But we need to turn this into a string because it will come back as a number. What format does time left come in? In seconds. Easy enough. We might have a really long decimal after the fact, but we will fix that later. But I'm ready for now. We're just going to literally do timer dot start. Okay, so now we need to hook everything up. So live word label is here. Player text entry is here. Rule placeholder is this. Timer label is this. And the timer is this. Nice and easy. So we're just going to press play, and yes, this is the main scene of the game. See what happens. Yep, so that's a really long decimal. We will fix that in a second. I'm just also going to change this to be stretched a bit. Yeah, a bit nicer. What is the easiest way to do this? There's got to have a nice inbuilt way to round to a decimal place. Let's find out. It does not appear to, but this is easy enough to do in code. Do I want to make this a generic thing? No, not now. I think I'm just going to do a new variable called, whoops, that needs an indent, called rounded time, and it's going to times the time.time left by 100. Whoops. And then we're going to round that and then divide it by 100 again. So what this will do, if you have, say for example 5.3, it'll come to 500, which will make it to 530. Or let's, yeah, 530. It'll round that just in case it's like 5.333 or something like that. And then it will divide it by 100 again, which will make it, well, let's say 5.9876. So let me just explain. So we've got 5.9876 is the first number we start with, so then we times it by 100, so that makes it 598.76. Then we round that, so it becomes 5.98, and then we divide it by 100 again, we will get 5.98. So we've rounded it to do decimal places by doing this. Hope that makes sense. So then once we have a rounded time, yeah. Don't know if they're still hanging out. Hopefully that'd be nice. Rounded time. There we go. Let's see how that looks now. Much better. Although, admittedly, that looks a bit because it keeps wobbling. Because it doesn't keep the second number. Let me see. Number to string format, I think is probably what I need to Google here. Yes, there we are. Format specifiers. Send 10D. What does this mean? I don't want to add leaving spaces, no thank you. Also no. None of that. How do I do the thing where I've got two letters, two numbers at the end? He's still here. Have you seen the lurk emote? It's Abby's new favourite one and is constantly haunting my chat. To be clear, I'm not sad about this. I made it on stream, but it is very funny. I just see this tiny owl staring at me many times. Usually many times at once. So much. Set precision to 0 decimal places. Oh, I see, so I might not even have to do the rounding. Right. So maybe it's like... like percent 0.00 F. Maybe? I'm gonna try this and see what happens. It says that F is decimal real number, expect an integer or real number. Oh! Well, good to know. Music tiny bit loud, is it? I didn't change it from last stream, I don't think, but I will turn it down. Maybe I am just quiet. How's that? I was leaning back in my chair, so maybe that's the problem. Great. Alright. Oh, let's try this and see what happens. Posture check. Well, I mean, I was leaning back, so that's not necessarily... I did like your grey score. I think did I equal it? I didn't beat Mum, that's for sure. I will check. Yeah, I mean, it took me a really long time to get 52, so I think you're doing great, honestly. Hey, I mean, go for it. I'm sure you can beat me. I agree. The bees really screwed me up. Yes, definitely agree. At least not in combination with the rest of them. Add a string to a minimum length, add an integer to the specifier. What? Okay. But I don't want it to have zeros at the front, I want it to have zeros at the end. Maybe I want it to say like 0.2, I don't want two things after the point. There we go, that's what I wanted. Great. Please do a tiny little vibration, which I'm not sure if you can see on the screen. Prices. I can see how that would have quite a lot of words. Not bad, yeah. I don't think I played properly yesterday because I was too busy doing some testing. Alright, so now that we have this, I don't need to do the rounding, so that works for me. Oh, donked my mic, sorry if you heard that. I somehow appear to have busted my wrist support rest thing. It's gone weird and sticky. It's only meant to have foam on the inside. So that's a complete distraction. Okay, so we have a timer. The timer is working. Let's do... well, I guess we need to have our word list. For now, I'm literally just going to copy and paste it. So please hold. What's the timer for? Oh, so you missed the explanation earlier. So Mum sent me a new game idea. This is the game idea. It's called Let's Survive. So like Lexicon and Survive mushed together, but it also sounds a bit like Let's Survive, which I like. And we're just prototyping it to see if it's fun, see if it's worth carrying on with. And it's a bit more stressful than Palingrid, but it's also a lot more time limited, which I like. So, you know. Some good, some bad. We shall see how it goes. The idea is that you get a big long word and then you make anagrams out of it, and then you can have, like every 10 seconds, a new rule appears. And then you can make words according to these rules. And as Mum has explained here, you are trying to keep the word alive. And then she has a bunch more explanations about down here. But for now, we're just trying to get the initial thought set up. Hey, you as well, you're helping. Mum is just like a game idea generating machine. It's very impressive. I wish I had that talent. I do not. You're helping. Stop it. You are helping. You're testing one for one. You found several words that should have been in the dictionary that weren't. And also you're helping with this, which is very motivating. I definitely would have not done as much. And also it would have looked a lot less, like all the icons would have looked a lot worse. That's for sure. Okay. So I think that if let's put a thing to end the game if timer dot is there like a ended finished? No, timer dot. Oh my god, okay, I guess I have to load this up. 1 second. Let's go to timer. I feel like the idea of Grandad not being a sausage dog is a bit sacrilegious. Just adjusting the fact that it's actually pointing at me. Is that okay in terms of white noise? It's not causing any issues on the microphone? I hope not. Also hoping that the high-pitched noise is not around. Please tell me if it is and I'll see what I can do. So I'm going to look at the docs here. I'm going to go to is stopped. Okay, that works. Time it is stopped. I'm going to go because we don't need to update this. Actually, just for good measure, I'm going to do timer label dot text equals 0.0.0, and then I reckon probably, because I don't know how to do anything else. We shall see. Unless you have some suggestions. I probably won't do it the exact same like colour scheme. I'll probably find a different like base colour. It'll also be a lot faster to set up this, but I do something similar to that. Let's do. So what we're going to do here is grab, basically write something to respond to the player pressing enter. One word. Enter pressed. Pass for now. Then here is where I need to go and copy some stuff from Palingrid. So let me just go and grab that. We need need our word list, so I'm just grabbing that and pulling that across. Making a new folder called data, and I'm putting the word list in here. Oh, I did not want to open it. No, thank you. And let's grab I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I don't want to show all of my files to everybody all the time. Hope that's acceptable to you. Let's quickly also grab. I'm just going to also grab like, whoops. This is this grid is the equivalent of the game. I kind of wish I hadn't called it grid because it doesn't really have anything to do with the grid directly. It's more it is the game controller overall. But for our sake, this will do. So we want to grab the letters. This is how we did it before. So this is in ready, okay? Let's load this very similarly. Make a place to store the valid words. It's not called small.txt anymore, and it's not just in the top folder, it's called words.txt. There we go. These are all of our valid words. I wonder if there is a way to respond to. I just need to. How do I comment all of this out? So, here we go. So this isn't playing at me constantly. Right. I need to check for. Let's go to line edit and see what signals I can respond to. Signals text changed. Yes, let's do text changed. Also, for now, I'm going to say life word label.text. I know it already says elephant, but for the sake of our purposes, we're going to have this. I'm going to say bar life word equals elephant. Also, to speed things up, actually, I'm going to. No. I'm also going to just rename this to test life word. Instead of just appending all of valid words, I am going to say for CN line. So for the character in the line of text that we just grabbed from this file, if test life word dot has C, or this is if the word does not have the character, then I'll essentially make sure that this knows it's a string, because otherwise it might, like, has might not exist and then it might look silly. Then we just carry on. Yes, see, it doesn't have it. Does it have like a contains? Contains! There's more to do here, I think. Check for letter duplicates as well. So here I'm thinking, like, if with elephant, you could theoretically, right now it's just checking each of the individual letters to see if they're in here. But if you were going to use only these letters and to sort of anagram them into a new letter, you wouldn't be able to make the word hell, for example, because there's only one L, but this would permit hell. But for now, we're just going to have this, and we'll figure out the duplicate letters later on. So on enter pressed, if, or not just on enter pressed, actually, we want to grab layer text in entry dot text changed. What does text change rejected mean? I've closed the max lengths. No, that's not what I wanted. Anyway, we're going to connect a new function to the text change thing. On text changed, on layer text entry change, let's say. Put it down here, and it will have new text, also a string. If for let's, so what I want to do is, if the new text that the player has entered isn't valid according to, like, does, like, because we're allowing typing, and because I want to be testing it with typing rather than having to click on buttons. If there's a letter in here that isn't an elephant, then we want to sort of reject it and reset it to what it used to be. So I'm going to add something in here to have, like, player last valid text, and this is over here, and it's over type string. This is, I might as well type everything just for good measure. There we go. For character in new text, if not live word new test live word dot contains the character, then we know we have to do an error here. Let's do reset. One second. Valid text. We're going to do this. So what this does is that it sets this invalid texting to false, and then it goes into new text, it goes through each of the characters, and if the test life word does not contain the character, then it sets invalid text to true, and then break means just it stops going through this loop. So I'm going to then say if not invalid text, return. Otherwise, we want to do something with this invalid text. I'm going to say player text. Oops, player text. I need to rename that, it's annoying me. No, what? There we go, thank you. I need to rename these. Yes, I do. I don't know why I've done that. Alt tab is by hard from C#, I guess. Not that I'm never going back to C#, but it's just for... Should be used to this by now. I've been doing good at GT script long enough. There we go. I'll have to reassign all of these things because I've renamed them, but that's okay. Oh, something else we need to do here is say that set the player last valid text is new text. But we save it in case we need to reset it on the next enter. Grand. Okay, so let me just go back and whatever. Reassign all of this. Well, that didn't work. Pressed H and it didn't do anything. I'm going to say, let's print a thing that says rejecting invalid character. Oh, I know why. I might still have this in here for good measure. But the reason that it's not accepting it is because we are doing things case sensitively. So these are all capital letters and I always type at lowercase. String. Let's do a string. How do I change it all to like lowercase and uppercase? Two upper, is there an equivalent? Yes, there is. Two lower. Great, that's what I will use. I feel like it contains, but case insensitively. What is contains them? Ignoring case. Contains N is exactly what we need actually. I'm also going to put it up there and here. Oops. Yep, great. Fantastic. It is a bit annoying that my text input, the caret, the cursor moved all the way to the start. Maybe we can stop that from happening. Line edit. How to do. Caret column. Okay, I think I want to set that. So I want to set it to what? Dot length. Okay, fine, sure. So hopefully this will set it to the end. So let's find out if that works. Yes, it does. Great. Great. Actually added a capital N, which is interesting. I wonder if that's a setting we can add. Can we make it so that we only ever enter capital letters? What? No. Secret. No. This is not helpful to us. Probably change, make words here to something more like keep the word alive. I reckon we should also focus this actually. So put the player's text entry in here. How do I do? How do I set it to just actually do the focus? Grab focus, great. That's all we need. Grab focus, great. Okay, and then on enter pressed, we want to go through and see if what has been entered is in fact something useful. If we grab the player text entry.text. Why are you yelling at me? Oh, because of this. Okay. I actually just want to do this. And then if valid words contains entered text, then I guess for now we will clear the player text entry. Why? Why are you sad at me? Oh, because it's not contains, it's has arrays. Okay, whatever. And then I'm going to add a to do error shape or something. I'll also put this up here. Right, how does the scoring work? Every valid word gives the original life words in life. Okay. So I think that given that the words don't have like a one-to-one score, I'm going to, again for now, just sort of put everything in the game script. We'll split out later if we need to. Word length score map. I'm going to call it dictionary of int. There we go. This means it is a mapping of integer to integer, and we're going to have the word length here, we're going to have the score there. We also need new label. Label. Score. Label. The label type. We also need to keep track of the score locally, so that's going to make a score value. It's going to be an integer and start at 0. If this is all valid, then we're going to go entered text dot length. And go word length score map. Find this. Points equals this. Points equals this. Then score equals score plus points. So the current value of score plus points is now assigned to the score variable. And then score label text equals change string score that, and then we will want to player text entry clear. Just for the sake, I believe, is there a score? There is not. It just adds time, right? Yes. Okay, so actually we don't need a score label. Float the valid time. It is. Word length time map. Added. Oops. Added time. And we're gonna at this point do timer dot and left read only and cannot be modified. It is based on wait time. Now that's interesting. So I cannot modify a timer after it started. Is that what they're saying? Somebody else must have faced this problem. The timer add time. That's pretty straightforward. I don't love that you can't just add it, but it's not the worst. I will also need to update my word list actually, now that I'm thinking about it. These only have up to length of 5 Palingrid. I will do that another time because it's not fun to watch, so I can do like pan. Pressing enter did not work. Why not? I'm going to actually, at the end of this, I'm going to print the value of valid words to see what we have in there. We've got loads of things. That's interesting. Ah, that should be a break. That's why. That's still not working. Oh, right. Gotta do something similar as to here, where I need to add a flag. Because right now this is just breaking out this check. It's not breaking out of, like, it'll break out of this, but then immediately append it anyway. There we go. This is much shorter and much more sensible. It is too short because it only has up to length 5, but this is doable for now. Let's try some of these. Hold. Okay, they didn't do anything, but that's okay. So we don't have a score label. I'm actually going to remove this. There we go. So 3. And we're going to add, I don't know, was that 1 second? 3, I think it is. 3, 4 adds 2, 5 adds 4. Alright, let's give this a go. Oh, that doesn't add anything. Why not? Oh, but I have not connected this to anything. That would help. Didn't want to cut them up, thank you. Connect. There we go. Also need to connect this. Just do it manually. Whoa, no. Cancel. Assume that it does this, in which case we can just use the submitted text directly. I also need to clear out the last valid text. And we can make this to the unsubmitted one. There we go. Oh, added some time. Cool, nice. Alright. So now I guess we have to add the rules in, which I don't like because it's going to be difficult to figure out, but that's okay. This is my job. The rules are changing every 3 seconds is mad. I don't think I want to do that. I think I need to stand up and briefly go for a short walk, so I will be back in a couple of minutes after I've stretched my legs and got myself a drink and all that jazz. I will be back presently. And I'm back. Hello. I've noticed that my goal has gone from my stream layout. That's annoying. How do I fix this? There we go. I shall add it presently so it's not just weirdly floating. Please hold while we verify your balance. spread out right now. This is irritating. Although maybe I can. 1 second. Just found a different way to do it. Oh no, it's there. Why wasn't it showing up before? That's so weird. Wait. I'm not gonna complain. Fab. Okay, so we are back. Right, where did we get to? Oh yes, we were gonna add the rules next. So we just have this right now. Yeah. Stop complaining at me. Just remind myself I got to. Ooh, our bounds got index 6. Yes, because we didn't add that. So actually I'm gonna add a brief check in here if over. I'm just going to do it if I go to have this or this is a bit better. Okay, so if the valid words doesn't have the submitted text in it, or if the word length time map does not have the length of the submitted text, then we just return. And in the future we will explain why, but for now we will just do nothing. Yes, so let me try that again. Yes, and I don't do anything. Do that. Great. That worked. Are you still complaining about something? What? Oh, because I've already connected. I did that myself. Okay. Like manually. Alright, so now we need to figure out the rules. How do we define the rules? I reckon we are gonna have a... I'm gonna make a new class, I reckon. I'm also gonna delete this. We don't need that anymore. Let's just call it rule.gd. And the rule is going to be... Let's make the rule the same thing as like the text that displays it. So for now I'm just going to put control plus name rule. You might have the label that displays the text of the rule be somewhere else that isn't, you know, where it currently is. So it's not, rather than just being a label, which it currently is in rule info. So to sort of account for that ahead of time, I'm going to just do this, and I'll just assign itself to label for now. So if I open up rule info, add the this. Okay, yeah. Oh, you're being weird, I'm not showing it. Right, so just assign itself there, so that's all fine. Let's be clear, let's call it rule info label actually. I reckon How do I do this? Give me a second. I just need to think about this because I need to figure out the best way to do this. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Just wanted to Google something real quick. Alrighty. I think we need to have some sort of like fly rule. Whoops. And it should take in, I guess, like I mean, it'll obviously have to take in a string, but I'm trying to figure out how to apply each of the rules. How do I configure a rule is the question, I suppose. This is in C# a little bit more straightforwardly, I reckon. I need to look up how GD script does. GD script does inheritance. Inheritance. I don't remember. I've not done a lot of sort of inheritance related things. I've done a metric ton of it in C#, but not a lot in GD script. Blah blah blah. Sure, whatever. Whoa, go away. Okay. Sure. Okay, well that's, I think, pretty straightforward actually. So, to that end, I'm actually going to change this. I'm going to rename this to like rule display. I'm going to change this to rule display as well. And then I'm going to have export file rules. And we're going to have this be an array of rule, which doesn't exist yet. That's okay. Just so that I could open think about it for a second. I'm going to add a new script. Where's the script? Here it is. That's what we're going to call rule. And it's not going to extend node, actually, it's going to extend resource. So this isn't. Resources in Godot are kind of like. I'll explain. They're kind of like. They're not nodes, they're a bit like just sort of stored data, but they can also do code things. It's a bit vague sounding, I know, but hopefully you'll see what I mean. So in this rule, we're going to say, I mean, rule itself is not going to do much, but we're going to say function does X. let's say rule dot, say is pass. No, hold on. I'm trying to figure out like a good way to phrase this, because my syntax is going to be rule dot something text. So rule dot allows text, maybe? Yes, I like that. That'll do. I'm just going to return true for now. And then I'm going to add, no, wait, I'm going to add a directory. I'm actually going to call this rules. I'm going to put rule in there. Yeah. Then I'm going to add a new file, and I'm going to call it, let's say, what was the first thing that Mom suggested? Each word must be longer than proofs. That's evil. I'm not doing that. That's genuinely horrible. I think word must contain at least 4 letters. So let's add a new script. Min length rule, and this extends rule. One second. Godot, you know about the rule class now. Thank you. Great. And I'm going to say export var min valid length is an int. Then we're going to grab this and go function allows text string. Oh, and this should also return a boolean value. Rule being true or false. If return text dot length is greater than or equal to min valid length. Okay. Let's change this from being rule. I need to make this rule display. And maybe instead of an array here, we're just going to grab. This is just going to show a thing, so I'm just going to have a think this rule, and then we're going to do. This is just the UI now. Set up rule. Type of rule, and there we go. And for the sake of this, I want to do export. Oh, not you. Function get text. Get description. Maybe I just do this. Maybe I just do var description and export that actually. Yeah. Then here, rule info label dot text equals rule dot description. Okay. And then we need somewhere to put the rules originally, so I'm going to say let's make something else in data. We're going to make a new folder. Ooh, that's not what I want to do. Cannot make a new folder because it's being mean to me. So let's make a new folder here. Oops. Right. let's make a new resource. We're going to call it rule. Min length 4. Like I said, we don't actually want to call it to be that. Oi, oi, oi. I need to add class name and then length rule. Yep. Can I change type? No, just delete it. Remove. Okay. Min length rule. Great. Min length 4. Yeah. So minimum valid length is 4, and description is words must be 4 letters or more. Cool. Now what we're going to do is in the game, for now at least, we're going to have, we've already got a rule placeholder up here, so let's do this. And export file rules, and rules is going to be a list of rule. And we're going to load some data our new rule. Okay. Is it possible to have a count up timer? That's a good question. Oh, hello. No, thank you, please. Go timer count up. I want to count up there. That's not useful to me. Count up. I'll tell you what, we don't really need a count up timer exactly. We need like export var new rule timer. Go make a new timer. Then on rule timer finished, we're going to say rule placeholder dot. Oh wait, we need to change this to be instance placeholder. There we go. Create instance var new rule display, and then new rule display dot setup as rule display, please, if you want. Setup with that one rule, just for fundies, I suppose. Because I need to make a new timer. So let's do that. I'm going to call this the new rule timer. This, we're waiting every 10 seconds. It's not a one shot anymore, we'll just keep going. So in theory, this is the placeholder, and we know that because we clicked load as placeholder. So now, oh wait, we also need to attach this timeout to that. Yeah. So now every time this runs out, which will be every 10 seconds because it's not a one shot, so it'll repeat, we will. Oh, my mouse is going a bit weird. It's going a bit fuzzy. Hopefully it's not showing up on your end. We will have this being added. It's going to be the same rule added every single time, but for now. Oh, that's fun. What happened? Pause. Something weird went on. Press that again. What did I do there? Ooh. Okay. I see. Right, okay. So what I did there was I forgot to reassign this after I changed the name. So do that, see what happens. Ow. Cool. Down. 10. T. Great. That now is adding a rule, or at least adding the display for the rule. And then now how do we keep track of what rules we're going to have? I reckon when we add a rule here, we should also put it into some sort of list up here, maybe? Active rules, which is array rule. I want to initialize it as this. Append. We'll just set this, and then what we can do is we can go up here and go if for rule in rules, if not rule dot allows submit the text. Same thing to do error shape and reason. Maybe we should also highlight the rule display. Done. Great. So now we should see our first time around. No. What? Oh no, not rule in rules, rule in active rules. There we go. Well, that's still working, so that's weird. Did I miss something? It is possible that I did. Active rules. I'm going to change rules, I think, to be equal to something else, because I've done that twice now, so I'm going to change it to possible rules. And then I will have to re-add it to the thing. No, I will not. That kept it. Nice. Pen. Pen. Can. Hand. Lap. No, great. But hand is still accepted. Great. Peel. Lee. That's not a word apparently. Pent. Great. We have the basics. So what's next? I reckon that adding the thing, we don't need to do a flight rule though anymore because we're doing it in the rule itself. I reckon we should do like do error flash, and we're going to do, I think we just highlight the whole thing red briefly, and we'll do that with a tween. We're already doing an error tween because this person pressed like enter a bunch of times and something invalid all at once. And it's valid, then we can just do can I start again? How do I restart tween? Let's find out. Does this restart it? No, it just resumes. I think we would have to stop it and restart it again. Yeah, let's do that. Stop. And then, or just straight up kill immediately. And then error tween equals v1, and we're going to do error tween dot tween property. We're going to tween the rule. Let's tween the font color. I think it's literally just this. I might be wrong, but let's find out. We want it to flash. We want it to start at red and then go to whatever it currently is. So let's grab. The weather just said it could rain. It's been really cloudy all day today and it has not yet rained. I really, really hope it rains soon because I'm in desperate need of rain. I hope it rains where you are as well. This is a bit of a weird thing to say, maybe, but it smelled like it was going to rain this morning. And it didn't, and it made me a little bit sad. Depends on the fronts. I like the phrasing. I don't know why. Oh good, I'm glad. Let's just say I'm going to tween it to just colour dot black over the course of 1 second from color dot red. Oops. Tween dot play. Ooh, all the sounds going past. There was somebody having some sort of like car chase deal up and down the main road near us yesterday. There was just like a horde of sirens going up and down. I don't know, they probably would have gone up and down, I don't know, maybe like 7 or 8 times, something like that. I didn't see it, but Max did tell me that they heard a motorbike going past, so that's what they thought it was. And I have no reason to believe that is not the case. I did not hear a motorbike, but I definitely heard these sirens going up and down. The main road near us is like, there are not a lot of turns off of it, so I'm like, grab some of these ridiculous e-bikes that are everywhere, already blocking the pavement, and just like block up the road for a bit. It would have saved so much more time. Because it's like between us and the station that's like east on our road, it's probably, I don't know, definitely a few hundred meters where you can just like, there's not really any turn-offs. So I'm gonna look it up. How long is that? Because if they were going just up and down, 1, how did they manage to do a U-turn and get back past you? The road is not that wide. But 2, why not then at that point just block the road? Or am I missing something? I don't think they could conceivably really go through the wetlands unless they want to risk falling in a reservoir. Also, there's not exactly anywhere to go after that's happened. After you've gone into the wetlands, then you're just trapped in the wetlands. Yeah, okay, so like, I'm just Google mapping this on my other monitor. Between where our road turns off the main road and where, hold on, and like the next turning, if we're looking east, there's like half a mile where there's just nothing. I did get 10 follows, yes, you are right. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now my goal has updated itself to 20, which is a bit confusing, because 25 is the point at which I unlock something, but I'm not going to question it too much. The motorbike would drive anywhere they fit if they were running, but like if they were going to go on the wetlands or whatever, they wouldn't have just gone up and down the road. And the wetlands are also like, once you're in there, there's nowhere to escape. I mean, there might be, but I feel like it would be difficult to get there without falling in a reservoir. So the other thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to store, instead of just active rules being an array, I'm going to make this a dictionary. Of rule to rule display. I mean, this is very true. In the middle of the night last night, also, I got so annoyed at something that I, not to bring the mood down by talking politics, but for the first time in my life, I complained to the BBC about something that was on BBC News because it was so absolutely awful. I was really annoyed because it was 6 o'clock in the morning and I had only just gotten to sleep. And then, do you ever have that thing where, like, your brain tries to go into a previous unpleasant dream and, like, before you're fully asleep? So like, I sort of pulled myself out of it and I was like, absolutely not. I do not want to have that horrible dream again. And then to sort of distract my brain so it would go and think about something else, I opened BBC News and they just sort of presented a claim by Reform UK as fact. And it made me so angry that I actually, at 6 o'clock in the morning, found their complaints form and typed it in. I felt very, like, grown up doing that. But it made me so annoyed. To be fair, it distracted me from the nightmare, so hooray. Thanks. Yes, it was just, I was so annoyed, just immensely annoyed at the concept of them just being like, yes, this is a thing, obviously. And like their own article was claiming that there was like absolutely nothing, like no sort of grounds for this. It was literally like they have not released the report where they are claiming to save £50 billion a year, or £50 billion full stop, from the disability benefits. So they haven't even really said how they're going to do it, let alone anything else. And they were just, the headline was literally like, Reform UK's new plan will save £50 billion. But it's BBC News. It's absolutely disgusting. They wouldn't do that with any others. I would expect, at least. They should be better than that. So I sent in a complaint because I was just so horrified at the blatant bias. Anyway, so it distracted me from my nightmare. I don't remember where I started talking. I don't remember why I started talking about that, but never mind. That's cool. Is there a specific motivation beyond like animals being cool and good? Yeah. That's pretty cool. Nice. I've just seen that the chat is like slightly off-centered to the thing I've got in the background, and that's annoying me, so please bear with. I am just going to change it because it is annoying me. If I can figure out how to do that. Can I in fact figure out how to do that? That is the question. I cannot. Hello! Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Let's give this a test, see what happens now. I'll do this. I do remember. Hi Tom, how's it going? Oh, and it broke. Okay. So why is this breaking? Yeah, not bad. All things considered. Could do with some weather that isn't just sun and heat and terribleness. But I think that is probably true for everybody. So I feel like I can't really complain too much, you know. So I think what the problem was is that I am... But this is not the right properties. Let me see if I can find the right thing for me to do. Instead, I might just change it to this instead of just tweaking the actual font color. I will just shade the whole thing, which is looks like this or whatever. Except I don't want to tween it to black, I want to tween it to white. Oh God, tell me about it. I'm currently prototyping a game that my mum... Hey, that worked! Nice. That my mum came up with. This is not the first game she's come up with. If you want to play my other game, it was in the message that I sent to the chat where you originally found this link. Or it's pinned in the chat. If you can beat my mum's score, I will be very impressed. She's currently top of the leaderboard, as she basically always is. In my defense, she's had a lot longer to practice this game than I have, because she invented it when she was a kid. Yeah, I agree. Yes. As a global society, I suppose. Right. That's fine. I mean, to be honest, half the words that are in Palingrid I have not heard before. I will make them by accident, so I just end up, especially towards the end, I end up just sort of trying to swap some letters about and see what happens. But I find that, pro tip for you, I say pro tip, the tip I have learned from playing this game for like 2 months is that words that have other words in them, or that spell other words backwards, are really, really good. So like, what was the good word I found earlier? Parts was good, because you've got parts in one direction and you've got strap in the other direction. There's also like par and wrap and all the other words sort of embedded in itself, which gave me quite a lot of points when I put that in. So there you go, you can use that one if you want. There are enough different configurations of letters that I feel like cooperation is only fair. Yes, it's a daily game, so every day there'll be a new set of letters. Some days are easier than others. This one I found was like the predicted score and the goals are quite high. But it was actually quite difficult to get there. But other days it's been easier to reach the goals, and other days it's been like the goals have been really low, but it's been really hard to make words, for example. What do you mean you never check the word list? Like the words that you've made? I think the next thing we need to do is make some new rules. What do you mean, the top of it? The top of what? Oh yeah, I mean the bar is just something to aim for that isn't just like, can you beat my mother at this game? Let me see. Let's do this E cannot be used in words one. Possible rules speed. Where was that? Oh yeah. I don't really understand this. What's that got to do with speed? That's length, surely. Oh, this is interesting. It's gonna have grow or shrink. I think I need to ask Mum some questions about her ideas for this. Well, thanks. My stream schedule is up, so it should be pretty predictable. Sometimes I start late because I have miscellaneous audio issues or whatever the heck, but I will hopefully be streaming during the times that it says I should be streaming in the schedule. Thanks for popping in. This was nice. And I hopefully will see you in a bit. Let's go with the requires a letter. Oh no, this is a C# class. This is not what I wanted to do. Delete. Oh, of the owl. Good luck with Korean barbecue. That sounds far too complicated for me. I'm not about that life. I think we're having probably. I think we're probably defrosting chili con carne tonight, and then we'll just stick the rice cooker on, and something like that, something basic. Oh, I should rename this to requires letter rule really for consistency, shouldn't I? Rename. Well, this is interesting. I need to figure out how this is going to work, because if I'm defining the requires letter rule, I can't really. I mean, I have faith in you, Tom. You'll do fine. I could probably do it if I thought about it and prepared, but yes, definitely do. Hopefully it's good. So the problem I'm envisioning here is that if I'm going to make this so that the requires letter rule can apply to any given daily word, then I can't specify the letter like ahead of time, because I'm not going to know what it is. Not extend resource. Extend rule. guess. Initialize with letter. And we can do I'm adding an initialize function to the base class here. Data. So that maybe so that I can just sort of hold on a second. I reckon actually let's go with life word being what we want. This is not how I'm going to leave things. I'm just going to add this so it doesn't file. So I remember to come back to it. So what I'm adding here is I'm saying that now I'm going to, right at the start of the game, initialize each rule by sending the life word to it and see what happens after that. And in here, we're not doing this, but I think let's just choose a random letter, I guess. Rand I. So rand I is like gets a random integer in between 0 and n-1. Counts a random integer. Okay. Var letter index equals and I. Whoops. Percent life word dot length. Then we're gonna just grab the relevant thing. Can I do this? Or will it be sad at me? This is a string. Will it be sad at me? Now it knows it's a string. No! That's nice. Okay, great. And then we need this. We need does text.contain contains. Thank you. I won't update it now because I will need to transfer it to my streaming PC and whatever the heck, but I will do that after the stream. So much appreciated. Yes, you do. So many different places. Have you got like is the like the number of places where you're having to change your name slowing down for you at least? Because I imagine that's a right pain in the butt. Just setting up the initialization there. And I also, originally I just had this description that I was getting from there, but I'm going to change it. I think I'm going to change it to just have func get description. And then return description. And then I'll override it further down. So this one I don't need to do anything with, but I'm going to override it here. And I will return description, but I will replace places all occurrences of what inside the string will be given for what. Okay. Now it returns a new string. Well, that's fine. Replace, let's say, letter with required letter. So in the required letter rule, I will have to put this bit in. That is really weird, actually, yes. You would have thought that Google accounts would change the whole thing, but I guess not. Yeah. Now it's letting me select it like that. Okay. Whatever. Required letter rule. Wait. Where's the letter rule? This is words must include letter. Okay. A maiden name sounds so fancy. Okay. Yeah, I think with this thing, I'm like, which do these like stack on top of each other? So you couldn't have like grow and also shrink. It would have to be. It just straight up wouldn't work. So what is the difference between this and this? I feel like this would be mean. It wouldn't give people enough time to see it. Now I need to decide which rules to add. So I guess I'm just gonna do like possible rules. Let's do this actually. New rule. Possible rules. And select the one at the current size of active rules. But like if I divide it by the total number of possible rules and then take the remainder. I like this song. Forgotten what it is. Is it just a summer song? It is. I am basic. Oh, did you find out how to display the currently playing song, by the way? This might break. Let's find out if it does. Well, that didn't work. Oh, because I'm not doing this. I need to do, instead of just doing description, I need to do get description. Thank you. No rush though, of course. Great, this works. Grand. Just VLC media player. Add another timer. This timer is doing, although this one needs to count up actually, so never mind. Timers can't count up inexplicably. Total time. Late, which is good. I mean, I'm playing on my streaming to see which can do things. It's not very niche. VLC is very common. OBS VLC display. Let's find out. There you go. The plugin. I don't know how to get plugins onto this machine though. They're a bit weird. But I'm sure I can figure it out later. I mean, most people using streaming sites, yeah, but like, I don't pay for Spotify, and like I could use YouTube, but I'm also like, I've downloaded these files, and then I don't have to be streaming, like, yeah, I've downloaded the files. They're just on like in the Internet Archive. The Stardew Valley theme. So I got them off the internet, and then I don't have to be streaming things, downloading as well as then restreaming it along with everything else. So, you know. Also, it means I have these, so I don't have to rely on somebody keeping like specific audio up, which is not really a problem right now, but you know, you never know. Might be a problem one day. I mean, I googled OBS VLC and it's got this plugin. I just don't know if it will work with my future because my future uses a weird operating system, but that is a me problem. I can always try that plugin. If it doesn't work, then whatever. If not, I am a programmer. I have the power. I can figure something out, I'm sure. Where's the total time? Okay. Lifetime ended. Do display industry. Return. Oops. Thank you. Okay, so many emails. Makes me feel very professional. Even though that's definitely not correlated. Let's check my phone because I think it's going to be dinner time soon. maxed out roller derby today, so. Thanks for your emails. Even when I had a full-time job, we were never very much an email kind of a company. All of my previous jobs, in fact, we have not been very emailing. Okay. End screen. Let's say. Oh, I think that has struck true fear into the depths of my soul. 500 emails a week. No, please. Yeah. I mean, I get a lot of emails. I say a lot. I get some emails coming through, but not that many. Not even close. I have been emailing the leaderboard guy every so often because the leaderboard guy has been helping me out with a couple of things. Where I've just sort of been asking them things. Or once or twice I found a bug and they very helpfully fixed it for me. I've also found some bugs for them, which has been kind of funny, but also a bit on brand. Okay, so I need to make a end screen now. Let's just have a null container, I guess. Stick it in the middle of the screen for now. And then make it at minimum 400 by 300, I guess. Maybe bigger than that, maybe like double check that it is in fact in the center. Then make the background solid, please. And screen container. Hello, hello. No AI indeed. I am very much not in an AI using sort of place. I think it would make me bad at my job, and also I think that it's not just good in a million different types of ways, basically. Also, your username is super relatable. So welcome to the chat. A lot of programmers use AI now to do like boring things, but I think that makes me worse at my job. So, from a purely practical note, if nothing else, no AI is in fact the way to go. At least in my opinion. Make this a bit bigger so it actually covers a lot of things. Sure. And then I'm going to add a link. Man, I know, it sucks. Like, this thing that I'm making right now, I have knocked together in the stream, and I've been, I don't know, procrastinating quite a lot, to be honest. I've been not like the most focused. Turn on the light because it's getting dark. There we go. And it's just like people can achieve so much, and it makes me sad that like you're sort of outsourcing your brain. And I feel like also like there's some things where I kind of get it, but I'm also a bit like I feel like I personally I think I would forget things if I was going to do that. I would just sort of forget how to do a bunch of things, and also if I don't do the real basics all the time, then I don't ever have the opportunity to learn something new about them and make my life easier in a bunch of different ways. So yeah, I like to keep my brain active rather than melting it through AI usage. You know. If you want to see a slightly better, or at least more complete built thing, then in the pinned comment in the chat is a link to the game that I think I'm considering it released. Like I've added the cross-device accounts, which I haven't really managed to test a huge amount, but oh, awesome, great! I'm glad you're having a good time. I can't really take credit for the game design itself. It turns out that my mum is a born game designer. Like, she invented that when she was a kid, and she's been playing like a pen and paper version. But then, yeah, I sort of took it and made it into an actual game, and narrowed down a bunch of different rules about it, and made it a daily game and things. My mum's currently top of the leaderboard. If you can beat her, I will be very impressed. Yes, she's come up with a different game, and so I'm prototyping it now to see if she's if it's worth continuing with. And I mean, not worse. It's not going to be an unworthy idea, but whether it's worth pursuing and rolling into a full thing. This one I think is going to be a bit more stressful than Palingrid, because Palingrid is chill and doesn't have a time limit. This one very much does have a time limit. It has, the whole point is the time limit, in fact. Eat. I can't do that. Eat. Eating. Sure. I don't really have to do this. In fact, I should probably not do this because I'm trying to test the end screen. This is interesting. I don't really understand why it's adding the same one now. Slot size 2. Oh, I see. Interesting. Hey, and it works, except that keeps adding things. Okay. Let's go back up and grab. On all time finished. If is stopped. Because we don't need to. I need to rename just regular timer to like. What do we call this? Life timer, I guess. Yeah, check me a follow if you want to see a bit more no AI coding, or if you're just interested in game development or whatever, or if you are having a fun time hanging out. Thanks for joining. Lifetime is this one. Yes. Okay, great. So now I think I want to make this a bar rather than anything else. Thanks. Appreciate the follow. I'm trying to get to affiliate status. We shall see whether I make it or not. I posted earlier today in a Discord full of my old colleagues, and I've had one person follow so far. Hopefully we'll have more than that. Oh, do tell. I mean, I have one, but it is literally just a square with a P. Let me see if I can show you. Yes. It is this up here. Yeah, it's alright. I also can't beat my mum. Sometimes I can. Sometimes I can. I'd say about 20% of the time I can beat my mum's score. But most of the time, I can reach the top score for the day. Not today though, which is really annoying. But most of the time I can get there. Mum has had, in our defense, literally 40 years of practice. So, I mean, we've got a while to catch up. I am going to have to wrap up in a second. My partner's on the way back. I'm going to go meet at the station. Because they, for context, so this doesn't sound completely insane out of context, my partner is partially blind and they've been looking at things a lot while they've been out and their eyes are tired, so I'm going to go and just basically make sure they feel like they're not going to, I don't know, trip over something, I guess. I don't really know how I help them, but I'm going to go and meet them at the station and walk them home, I think. Yes, the next thing I was going to do was I was going to add a progress bar. The other thing I need to do is I'm going to sort of add myself a little notes section down here. Do the rules stack on top of each other. Oh, you mean at the tube station near me? It is. Oh, this music is so upbeat. Doing a little dance. I feel like I need like a little animation for my owl to be doing a little dance. Maybe I'll set up one another time. Okay. I'll ask them on these questions. So, yes. That's okay. No pressure, no pressure. I meant like on my little avatar thing, which I can set up. I just haven't. Alright, I do unfortunately need to wrap up. Thank you for joining. My back hurts. That is so relatable. I love your username. It's fantastic. And I apologies that you have just joined the stream, but I will be back streaming on, I think it is Tuesday evening. My schedule is up to date, so please feel free to join next time. It was lovely to have you, and love to have everybody else that's viewing. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I hope so. It'd be nice to see you. Yes, I think my brain is full of code now, and I need to let it all out so my brain doesn't turn into mush. No, so I'll go for a walk. Alright. Thanks for joining, everybody. And, yeah, see you next time, I hope. Have a good rest of your day, etc, etc. I shall do my best to enjoy the air. Hopefully it does not rain on me, although I suppose I wouldn't be too upset about that, given how warm it has been. That emote, I can't get over it. Alright, I'll see you guys. See you a little later. Hope to see you another stream. Thank you for joining, etc, etc. If you're watching the VOD, because I'm not going to edit this much before I just post it straight up on YouTube as the full VOD. If you're watching on YouTube and you got this far, then thank you for the dedication and the view time, and like, subscribe and all that good stuff. You know how that works. I will see you later. Bye.